Hello, welcome to episode 8,
Nine.
9, the
Nine.
Bonehead podcast.
Boneheaded podcast.
This is going to be our NFL episode.
It's gonna be a pretty short one.
Yeah, not too
Just
much has happened.
Really draft next week.
Yeah,
I don't really have the time to sit here and watch a billion prospects and do my analysis on shit.
yeah.
But I keep up with like the first round talents and stuff.
Which is that's the most important, to be honest here.
Yeah. But hit that subscribe on YouTube. Follow on Twitter and TikTok. Hit that notification bell. We should have another episode about NBA coming out early to mid next week, and then have a draft episode after that, or at least the first round, because it's really hard. Like, it's hard to analyze past the first or second rounds because you just don't know with the people. But we're gonna talk about the small amount of stuff that's been happening, and I think the most recent news happened yesterday. Deebo demanded a trade out of 49ers.
Supposedly.
Supposedly.
That's just, I don't, like when I first saw it at work, I was depressed. I'm like, I just don't get it. And everything kept coming out, and he was like, I don't want to be like the wide back. I'm like, okay, well, just say that, and they'll still pay you the same money just to be a wide receiver. And then I got to your house to watch the basketball last night. Well, I think I was on the way there, and I saw he was saying on Twitter that supposedly the reports aren't true, and they're just like a narrative a journalist is running with. So I don't even know what's happening anymore. Like, he could be saying that like the reports were false on he doesn't want to be a wide back. He was saying the reports are false on him not want to be traded. Like, who knows what it means? So I just think it's a lot of shit going on with no real confirmation.
But if he were to get traded, what do you think potential landing spots for him
I
would
don't
be?
even want to think about that. But like,
This man's is a 49ers fan, so it's pretty tough for him out here.
Yeah, like I don't even know where he could go. Like, because the Niners already said if they do trade him, they want a lot for him.
Yeah, but this is like all hypothetical, of course.
Yeah.
I think the Lions is a good spot.
I mean, rip his career.
They're on the upward trend, at least for right now.
Oh, he doesn't want to play for Trey Lance, but he wants to play for Jared Goff. Okay.
Jared Goff isn't horrible. I mean, at least you know what Jared Goff is. You don't know what Trey Lance is.
I feel like Trey Lance is more upside than Jared Goff ever could.
I mean, yeah, but upside doesn't always equate to actual productivity. Like, Jared Goff gets a bad rap for no reason, in my opinion. Like,
he had some moments last year, dog.
He's not the best quarterback, obviously, but like, he's a good starting quarterback. Like, he's in that 20 area, around 20, which is better than like a lot of other teams.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like even if they keep Jimmy for another year, Jimmy's a better option than Jared Goff.
Like, who knows what Trey Lance is gonna be? Because Jimmy G's still there. He hasn't gotten traded yet.
This team's a mess, honestly. Yeah. This team's just a mess. I don't understand, like, what's happened. We haven't done anything. Nothing. We signed people, but not the big things we gotta worry about. Nothing's happened.
I mean, I feel like at this point in the offseason, there's really nowhere for Jimmy G to go.
Apparently, teams didn't want him because of his shoulder.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get that, but like,
I feel like based off of what we saw of Trey Lance last year, was not that good.
I don't want to say it wasn't that good. I mean, he only had like 5, I think, moments. He had in his full game he played through for like over 200 yards, like almost 300.
Yeah, but they lost by like 10.
I mean, yeah, because they're playing
the Cardinals.
I mean, like at that point in the year they were better. That was when our midpoint of the year when we were pretty buns.
But I mean, Jimmy G's been that proven starter. He's gotten you to an NFC Championship, gotten you to a Super Bowl, and you don't know what's gonna, like, at worst case, run it back with Jimmy G for one more year.
I'm not against keeping him. I just feel like it's weird that they did this whole thing to like, this year done, like, you're out, like, thank you for all the service you had, blah blah, and then like 6 months later he's still here.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's kind of awkward. Like,
it's not as awkward as Baker Mayfield though.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield. I mean, I feel like that's.
I feel like teams are just waiting for him to get cut at this point. Because
Yeah.
why trade for him? Because you know that
Yeah.
he's not going to be there anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Because that would just be straight awkward.
Yeah.
I low-key feel bad for Baker.
Like, I don't think he's awful. I don't think
He
he's
went-
fantastic, but I think he's better than Jared Goff, in my opinion.
Yeah. But he went on this podcast recently and was like talking about what happened.
Yeah, I
And
saw.
a lot of people were misquoting like things, and if you like listen to the whole podcast, it doesn't like the one popular one was like, imagine having people boo you in your office or whatever. I don't know if you've seen that,
I haven't seen that one, no.
but like if you listen to it, he's just trying to make the point of like, imagine like being under such immense pressure from a fan base or like during your job, and like most people would crumble under that pressure.
Yeah. When you have no support, that's gonna like totally like destroy your mental.
And Baker was like the first bright light in Cleveland in like the past like 20 years, and they just discard him like they're this good franchise again. But like Deshaun Watson is there now, and it's all.
It's really the problem with like the Cleveland franchise itself.
Yeah.
They just like. I think all of this that happened recently is like just luck.
Yeah.
Like getting Baker Mayfield, Myles Garrett, somehow getting Jarvis Landry and OBJ.
And they're both gone.
And they're both gone. All of them are gone. But like, it's the fact of like, no, besides Myles Garrett, like they don't deserve that. They've obviously been shown that their front office doesn't want to change. They still go with the same mentality and I guess like format they've been doing, even when they sucked. And for somehow they get all this talent, and even when they have the talent, they suck ass.
I mean, if you look at it like, if prospectively, his 4 years in Cleveland, he had 2 good ones and 2 bad ones. His rookie year was really good. His second year, Freddie Kitchens was his coach. Like, I don't know how that ever happened, but he was a horrible coach. Third year, really good. Fourth year, played injured. I feel like if he sat out this year instead of playing injured, we wouldn't be sitting here talking about this. He would still be on the Browns and still be their starter.
Yeah.
Because he played poorly when he was hurt all season,
Mm-hmm.
and that hurt his like value, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, he still has his issues, but he definitely could still be a quality starting quarterback in the NFL on a team.
I totally agree. Like, put him in Seattle. I
Yeah.
think he could do some good
I
things.
mean, he's
there.
better than Drew Lock.
Yeah, by like miles.
Geno Smith, they re-signed.
Geno
Like,
Smith's like I
He's
don't
better
care
than
what it says.
Geno Smith.
Geno Smith's the GOAT, bro.
Yeah, okay.
I watched that man that 1 week he started.
He started like a
Different.
month, bro.
It was a month. Oh yeah, it was like a month.
Because
yeah.
Russell Wilson broke his finger.
Yeah.
He had that one good game against the Steelers, and then kind of.
Yeah, that's the one I watched. That's why he's the GOAT for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Geno Smith better than Joe Montana.
Or the Seahawks honestly could go with Colin Kaepernick too,
Yeah. I mean,
because Pete Carroll has expressed interest in him.
and he's
I
really
don't
making a
underst-
push right now to get back in the league.
I don't understand why a team hasn't signed him yet. Like
The narrative,
yeah, I get, but like
being afraid
if
to do that.
he would be a good like he led a team to a Super Bowl. Not many quarterbacks have done that,
Mm-hmm.
and
And he's an MVP candidate.
yeah, and I feel like it's just an unfair narrative against him.
Yeah. It's also because you remember all the people who run NFL teams are like old white men. They're
Yeah.
like they don't want to like do anything risky like that.
I mean, Commanders picked
Yeah.
the Commanders name out of.
Yeah.
That's like the worst possible name.
But it's just funny how you have like domestic abusers in the league who are like
Yeah.
proven and like caught guilty, but a guy who like spoke for civil right. Oh no, we can't do that. We can't do that. There's
No kneeling for the anthem. No, no, no.
Oh, but you beat the shit out of your wife every Tuesday? Oh yeah, come on. $20 million contract.
only 4 game suspension.
Yeah, come back.
You smoke weed, you're out. When
Get the fuck out. You're gone.
you gamble $1,500, you're out forever.
Forever. Yes.
Ah.
That's the most frustrating thing about the NFL, honestly.
Yeah. You're telling me, bro.
It's like such a joke. Oh, I just got an update.
What?
Booker. Just kind of
Booker?
unrelated, but
I mean,
he could miss 2 to
What is
3
it?
weeks.
Pelicans upset? Potentially?
Honestly, at this point, bro.
The way that they've been playing, the Pelicans at least, they've been playing really
It's a
good.
grade 1 hamstring strain.
Do the Pelicans play tonight? I think they didn't play last night. Or is it
Yeah,
a
I
two?
think they play tonight because they played Friday last.
No, they play tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow they play.
Because they were going to New Orleans.
Yeah.
So there's a 2 day split. But anyway, back to
Football.
the NFL. This is kind of like my least favorite part of covering the NFL is the off season.
That's kind of with any sport.
We started our podcast in the off season,
Mhm.
but like right around free agency, so there was a lot going on, and
Yeah.
it's kind of died down.
Everything
But
happened week 1, so like
we're probably gonna have a bigger episode next week after the draft,
Mhm.
and then after that, it's really nothing until September. Like
Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah.
we're kind of just probably gonna have to make up shit or go to baseball.
I think NFL has the longest off season, right? If I'm mistaken.
Yeah. I think doesn't baseball have like the shortest one?
It's like 3 or 4 months. Yeah.
I feel like the national was just like a couple months ago, right?
The World Series.
Yeah, the World Series.
Yeah, it was. It's always in either October or early November.
I'm gonna make an effort to learn baseball so we have something to talk about where there's nothing going on others.
I wish you luck because there's
So
like
much.
there's so many like ridiculous analytical stats.
But you're gonna be
and-
my tutor, so good luck to you.
I'll send you. There's good videos I can show you. I can send you like people
Okay.
that I watched that help.
Anyway, back to a football. So Denzel Ward got a big extension. I believe it was 5 years, 100.5 mil. That 0.5 just so he got paid more than Jalen Ramsey.
That's so petty.
Like, I don't get what the big this is obvious. You're gonna be set for the rest of your life, no matter like. This is generational money. Like, why nickel and dime it when you're taking like with Patrick Mahomes, he's taking a quarter of his team's salary cap. Like,
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers is taking also what 45, 50.
I think it kind of just shows that a lot of players really, if they say they care about winning, but they really want money. Because like if Patrick
Money is more
Mahomes,
important to them than winning.
yeah, if Patrick Mahomes really wanted to create a dynasty, he would not be taking 45% of their income. Because when you do that, you can't sign big talent.
I mean, that's
I mean,
why
sure,
they
you-
kind
you-
of lost Tyreek.
Yeah, you can still win some games with like underrated guys and stuff like that, but like, I mean, yeah, you can still win championships with underrated guys still as well. But like, it's so much harder to do that when you have to
I
throw
mean-
to like Juju Smith-Schuster now, and who's the other guy?
MVS.
Yeah. So like
Um,
Aaron Rodgers too. Like the whole thing, he wants to build a team there in Green Bay. Then he signs this extension, and now they have no one to pay.
I feel like Tom Brady is the perfect example of that because they won the first three. His salary wasn't that big,
Mhm.
and then he got paid he got like the highest contract or one of the highest contracts, and then they didn't win a Super Bowl for 10 years. I
Mhm.
feel like that should be everyone's example, and then he took pay cuts and then they started winning again.
Because they can get anyone they wanted.
Because like I feel like that if people really wanted to win, like sure get your bag, go for it, but like once you get millions, there's not really that big of a difference between 80 million and 100 million.
At
Like,
all.
That's still general. Like that's still general. Like I would kill for that.
I would
80 million.
do literally almost anything
Yeah,
for that much money.
Yeah, like I'd be set for the rest of my life.
Beyond
There's-
that.
Beyond that, like I could invest, buy a house, and then just play video games for the rest of my
Mhm.
life. Like I wouldn't have to worry about.
Oh, you
anything.
want to go on the ocean? Fuck, I'll buy a yacht.
Yeah, maybe not a yacht. 'Cause, like,
I'm just saying, you can buy anything. You know.
yeah,
I want to go skiing. I'll buy a fucking mansion in the Swiss Alps, so I can go there every fucking winter for 3 weeks. You know, like
yeah, like
that's how much money you're making. Like, yeah, with inflation, kind of is going like not as much, but like it's still super, like so much.
Patrick Mahomes is getting 500 mil. Like,
That's the only reason why that woman's still with him. I'm sorry. Like,
I
rest in peace, him, bro.
don't even think she's that.
She's so ugly.
She's
Ugly.
so ugly. Like,
And she crazy.
mega.
Crazy.
And her laugh is annoying.
And she had to deal
has
with his fucking like weird ass fucking brother.
Yeah.
I feel bad.
I don't
Patrick Mahomes,
understand.
bro.
I feel like his brother low key a bit sus.
A
But
bit. That man
like-
full sus, dog.
And he doesn't admit it, but that's just my
He
opinion.
is. No, if you look at that man, and you anyone can look at that man and be like, oh, okay.
I mean, I just don't like the way the market's going right now because contracts are getting more and more expensive, and you never can pay everybody. So
The
I
NFL
feel,
stock market's gonna crash.
yeah. The only market that's like not mega high is like the running back market,
Which I mean, I
and,
get
like-
because they're
like
so
the
like
tackle market, and they're so like
injury prone.
expendable
Yeah.
and like not. I hate to say expendable for like people, but like
Mhm.
you could find a quality running back in the draft.
I'm pretty sure every time a running back's ever been paid like a lot,
Yeah.
instantly got hurt. I'm pretty sure.
The only recent example I could think of is Dalvin Cook.
Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley.
No, I said that didn't get hurt.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Cause like he got hurt a little bit last year, but he still had like
Mhm.
10, 11. He had 1,100 yards still.
Yeah. Maybe
But,
like Marshawn Lynch, but like
I don't even did he get? I don't think he got paid that. Like
I think it was a good amount of money, not substantial, but like it was enough to be like he deserves it kind
I
of thing.
mean, he's making his money now. He's in like
Yeah.
every fucking commercial. He has a good brand going around him.
Hmm. He owns he's partial owner in a
He's
hockey
smart.
team.
Yeah.
He also-
yeah,
I
the
think he-
Seattle Kraken, right?
Yeah, I think he owns a good portion of the fan control football league too.
Yeah. Terrell Owens was playing in that.
Yeah, he had a touchdown first game.
That shit crazy.
Good for him.
He's like, I think he's 48. You see, he called up Bruce Arians wanting to go to the Bucks.
Fuck it. Tom Brady will work with it.
Why not, bro?
Did you see the thing about Tom Brady when his whole plan with the Dolphins it got blown up because of the scandal that happened?
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
I don't know if it's 100% true, because you
Yeah.
get.
Who knows?
But,
But like,
I would have felt bad for Tua though.
man, fuck Tua, it's Tom Brady.
But with Tom Brady, they'd instantly be Super Bowl contenders.
Yeah, like their whole front office would be like, oh, who's Tua? Who's that?
Whoa?
I never heard of that person. Who is that?
Who Gaga Banova?
Yeah.
That would have been crazy. And then they wanted him. So I think the whole plan was he retires,
Mm-hmm.
becomes like an executive there,
Hire Sean
trades
Payton.
hire Sean Payton as the coach,
Mm-hmm.
trade for himself, and then unretire, and then play.
Well, I don't think he would trade for himself, right? Because he's retired technically. He would just
Well,
unretire.
he still has the Bucks still have the rights to
Oh, they do. Okay.
like him, so he can't retire and then go play for someone else. Like if he unretired, he'd have to play for the Bucks.
Oh.
Because he's still technically on contract or whatever.
Okay.
But that would have been and then he would have been a minority owner of the Dolphins as well, I think. That would have been crazy.
That'd been
And
nuts,
speaking
bro.
of, there's the Broncos are up for sale right now. If you didn't know,
I did not know that.
they're getting a good amount of bid. I heard Kanye West is a bidder. I mean, good for him. He
I feel
has the
bad for
money.
the Broncos if they get Kanye as a fuck. Do you know what shit he's gonna do with that team, bro? Like, oh, all beige uniforms every
Donda.
Sunday.
Donda, the team, the Denver
Literally,
Dondas.
you changed the name to the Dondas. Like, I can 100% believe that.
The Denver Dondas. And their helmet is like, it's like the Cleveland Browns, but just black.
And then he'd have like on the arm of every jersey, fuck Kid Cudi, fuck Skeet on the other one.
Fuck Skeet. Derek Carr got extended.
Good for him. He deserves it.
3 years, 120 mil.
He deserves it.
He deserves it. But the way it works out is that if they want to, they can back out of it in a year. But I don't think
In
that
a
they will.
year? I thought it was
Yeah.
2.
No, it's after this year. Like it's the same with Devontae.
I doubt that'll
Um,
happen though.
I don't think in any world unless they go like 0-17 that happens. But with Devontae Adams and Derek Carr,
I mean, they're gonna be good.
they're gonna get one at least.
Mhm.
Like they're gonna be good.
There's
Might
gonna
be
be
better.
games where they just take over
I think they
themselves.
might be better than the Chiefs. I'm gonna be
I can
honest.
see that. And they have
Like,
more talent than the Chiefs.
Yeah, but the Chiefs have better quarterback. But that's about it.
Yeah, yeah. But Derek
I
Carr, I
think-
mean, Derek Carr isn't like a slouch, you know.
Yeah, he's
Like, yeah,
still
Patrick Mahomes better, but like
borderline top 10 quarterback.
yeah, you can put him at 10 sometimes. Some weeks when you like really
I
perform.
put him at like 9. I think.
Yeah, even
He's
now
got, like,
that he'll have freaking Devontae Adams, he's gonna
he's
a
gonna have
skyrocket.
crazy numbers.
Yeah.
Derek
Like-
Carr MVP.
Ah.
MVP season from Derek Carr.
MVD,
I would
bro.
love
I'm with
to-
it.
Most valuable deal.
Same most valuable Derek, but we can say that too.
But good for him.
Mhm.
He's getting paid more than Russell.
He
which
wrestled.
Yeah, but Russell Wilson's still an outstanding quarterback.
Yeah,
And it's-
yeah, but I think
it's
they did it. Well, I don't think they're really competing with Russell like contract money wise, but like
I like this quote came up when after he got his extension that after Khalil Mack left, he says he wish he would have taken a pay cut so Khalil Mack would stay, and then he gets a big ass extension.
that's kind of
Yeah.
Mm.
Tough.
yeah.
But Derek Carr got ice in his veins. They're winning the West.
I can see that.
Call it. I think the Chargers win the West, but
I mean, who knows?
we could do our predictions like that after the draft when
Yeah.
we know what teams are, because the draft can change a lot.
Yeah.
The Colts sign Stephon Gilmore to a 2-year, I believe, $23 million deal.
I feel like out of the whole like off season, that's the most like deal. Like, he's not
Um,
bad, but
he-
he's just like he's kind of old now.
He won Depoy 2 years ago.
Yeah, yeah, I know, but like
Or
he's
3
he,
years ago.
he hasn't had anything like really like spectacular since then. He's kind of been
I mean, he played well on the Panthers last year,
yeah. Didn't he
but
get
he
traded?
also was hurt. He was hurt. That's why
Mm.
like his value dropped.
Yeah.
Because he was hurt.
I don't think he's bad like whatsoever, but I feel like he's just like okay, yeah, that's cool.
I feel like he still has the potential to be a top 10 corner. Like he still
Yeah.
has that potential.
yeah,
And I think they got a steal, 23 mil for Stephon Gilmore, pretty good. And I think the Colts now, like they're one good draft away from being up there with the rest of the AFC.
Mhm.
You have a good quarterback, you have a good running back. The only thing that they're lacking in is wide receiver. Which I don't think they have their first round pick. I don't know. Do they have their first round pick?
I can look.
But if they have their first round pick, they have to spend it on a receiver, or their GM doesn't know what they're doing.
I mean,
Because that's like the main area where they're struggling right now
yeah.
is their wide receiver room.
I'm looking through a list right now of all the picks, and I don't see them yet. Yeah, they don't have a pick.
They don't have a pick. Who did they trade their pick for? That's what I'm curious
I don't
about.
know. The Giants
Anyway.
have a lot of picks.
They have 3, I believe, or 2 in the top.
There's only 2. They're just high, like really high.
I think the Jets have 4 and 10, and the Giants have 5 and 9. I'm not sure. 100%. This all could change on draft day anyway.
Yeah, I mean it most likely will.
I mean, I feel like if you're the Jets, you could trade the 4 pick for a lot of value for Deebo.
Mhm.
Just saying.
I feel like if it goes to Jets
But
though, I feel like that'd
Just
be.
package the 4 and 10 for Deebo with like a
I just-
player.
I think
There
it's
you go,
interesting
that's
that
Deebo
like
right there.
beginning of last year, everyone was like, "Oh, the Jets, they're gonna suck. Like fuck the Jets." And now all of a sudden, like, bro, if you go to the Jets, like sleeper. It's weird how fast that narrative changed. Even last year, they were like pretty buns still. I mean, they had some moments, but like,
I mean, when you hire a coach like Robert Saleh,
yeah,
stuff like that's gonna happen.
yeah. I miss
And
him.
the culture's changing, and
Mhm.
yeah, your defense does kind of miss him.
Oh, kind of like complete. Our defense has been mid ever
Mid.
since he left.
I mean, the Jets' defense was really bad last season too, though.
They just have
So-
pieces. They had what's his name? think he was edge, maybe. The Jets.
Quinton Williams.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking.
I think he's a tack.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's a tackle or an. Let me look that up real quick.
He's pretty good.
And they also still, I think. That I mean, I don't know if they have like he's an edge.
Okay.
But I think the Jets are on the way up, and as a Bills fan, the division looking kind of scary.
Yeah, I mean, like, we're gonna suck this
gonna
year.
Be there. You're not gonna suck this year. You basically have the same roster that you did last year. And you
Just without our biggest offensive weapon. No, most likely.
For now. You never know.
That man was our offense. We're gonna keep it a bean here.
Because if you trade him, you definitely get something back in return.
Yeah.
Of equal or greater value.
And it's like, if we trade him to the Jets, I don't know who we would get. So I'm not familiar with their roster.
They're 4-10 and.
Honestly, if we get their picks, I don't trust our fucking offense. Our offense to get good picks. So we had the 5th pick a couple years ago when we got a defensive tackle. So.
Yeah, but if you trade him somewhere, you definitely get stuff back. Green Bay is another good option. I don't know what they have to offer. Are you good?
I thought I heard like a scream. I'm home alone.
Hey, yo, what? It's a ghost. You believe in ghosts?
Loki?
I forgot what we were talking about. The
Deebo going places, like.
Oh, Deebo, yeah.
Like, how much do we have to get for him?
Y'all could get a lot for him, no matter where he goes. I think the best offer would be from the Jets for the 4-10 and a player. Maybe the Giants give up their 2 picks. And like.
It's just now
Saquon.
I'm like wondering.
Their 2 picks and Saquon.
Yeah, that's what they have to do. Like, because they said like they were gonna want a lot. It's not gonna want picks, you know. They're gonna want picks plus someone in like that can give them instant results, you know.
Yeah, I mean for a player like Deebo, it's definitely understandable, but I don't know if a team would be willing to give up all that. I wouldn't personally. It'd put you in so much of a hole. That your team would overall probably get worse. That's why I don't like the Deshaun Watson to Cleveland. Because they don't have a first-round pick for 3 years.
3 years?
3 years. They traded 3 firsts. And,
Browns are gonna Browns, bro.
And, I mean, their number one's Amari, which is okay. Like, not as good as he once used to be. And then after that, you don't really have anyone.
Did you see what that Cowboys player said about him?
Or what?
He's like, we're better off without him.
Without Amari?
Yeah.
I don't believe that to be true.
He said it, but I was like.
No, I believe that he said it, but I'm disagreeing with him.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. That's just like.
With losing like CD's nice, but I don't think he's a 1.
Not yet, at least.
Not yet. Like he was decent. Like he was good last year, but.
Now they just have CD.
Yeah.
They don't have anybody that does it.
He's nuts. Sorry, listeners, for that. That was really horrible. Other news: Kyler Murray still hasn't gotten paid. Didn't show up to the workouts that started this week for most teams.
Deebo for Kyle Murray?
Who's the quarterback then? Who? Jimmy G? I think
Deebo, Kyler Murray, D-Hop?
Bro, that would be too much.
I can see it.
I don't know. I think Kyler Murray's being a little baby. He hasn't really
He's the size of one.
I don't think he has proved this mega contract yet, because he starts off really good and then goes ice cold at the end of the season. And then they end up getting booted. Like, they got booted out of the first round by the Rams. And sure, the Rams went on to win the Super Bowl, but it wasn't even close.
Yeah, they got blown out.
It was like 34-11. Like, I don't think Cliff Kingsbury is a good coach. think Kyler Murray's overrated, and I just think that people see like a flashy, quarterback that can scramble and like, oh, he's amazing, he's so good. I wouldn't put him in my top 10. I'd have him at like 12 or 13.
Yeah. He's like too
and
short.
He's gotten injured 2 seasons in a row, so there's that injury risk there. With someone smaller, you're always gonna have that. I just don't think he's worth the money that he's asking for. Like, what other option do they have? Trade for like Jimmy G or whatever, I guess, is their only other option, or do you pay Kyler Murray?
I feel like they're gonna give him some sort of money because
I wouldn't pay him like 45.
Yeah, it's because if they don't give him money, they're not gonna get like anyone good for him right now. So they're kind of in a situation to where they have to give him something, but it looks like Kyler is only gonna want to take a lot. So
I'd pay him at most 35 a year. Yeah. That's it. That's my like limit.
There's gonna be a moment where like his agents be like, "All right, dumbass, listen, you're gonna need to accept this contract because if you don't take it, you're gonna go down in stock or whatever the word is, and you're gonna pay less money wherever you sign next." So let's
I mean, that's what happened with Le'Veon Bell. The Pittsburgh offered him a bigger contract than eventually the Jets gave him, and he sat out a year for no reason. And then his career died. So, kind of. Yeah. And then our last topic for the short episode, I just want to have like a quick discussion. What team is most likely to go from worst to first in their division?
I think the Broncos. I feel like that's like the safest one to go with.
Good answer.
I mean, like, they've gotten pretty significantly better.
Yeah, but that's like the easy answer.
Yeah, but so when I looked at the standings before we started, there wasn't really like anyone that was like, oh yeah, they can definitely do it, or like I can see them doing it. Like they like most capable, I feel like would have to be the Broncos.
Yeah.
Like the Jets, I don't see them going first.
Yeah.
The Ravens.
That was one of my.
Maybe.
The team I said wasn't last in the division, but they were like 1 win ahead of the last team.
Who's that?
I was gonna say the Jaguars. They were basically almost last.
They were last.
They were last?
They were 3-14. The Texans were 4-13.
Oh, I thought. Fuck. So yeah, Jaguars. I think that like the Titans are always iffy.
Yeah.
I think they're still gonna be good, but I think if Trevor Lawrence takes that sophomore jump, and Doug Peterson's a good coach, he's proven. He works well with quarterbacks. Shit, he won a Super Bowl with Nick Foles, and I believe Trevor Lawrence is better than Nick Foles.
Yeah. By a lot.
By a lot. I believe that the Jaguars are going to be a lot better than people. I feel like they could get 8 or 9 wins. On a really good, if Trevor Lawrence decides to just light it up this year, they could win the division in my opinion. The only place they have a decent wide receiver room. They have an elite running back room, like elite. Travis Etienne and James Robinson is a really good 2-headed monster back there. They revamped their O-line. Their defense is not lackluster. They just have all the pieces to make that jump, and it's just up to how well Trevor Lawrence just comes out.
I think that's a good one. I didn't think about them being. I mean, their division isn't like.
Their division
crazy.
Isn't like crazy hard.
Yeah.
I also think the Lions, maybe. But I have Minnesota winning that division right now. Do you just want to predict who's gonna win? Since we have extra time, obviously, short episode, we can just go through and predict. Like right now, who's gonna win each division?
Don't
just
start
like
AFC or NFC.
Quick. Let me. We can start in AFC and just go from there.
Okay. First one's pretty easy for the East, I feel.
I feel like Buffalo's gonna win the East. I feel like there's no discussion there. You could debate.
Maybe, because how close it was. Because I mean, Patriots are 1 win off, and the Dolphins are 2 wins off. It's like.
Yeah, but we played like at the beginning.
Yeah, and you guys got better. You guys
got better.
Yeah, and you guys lost pieces that you didn't need, which helps. Like what's his name?
And we destroyed the Patriots last year. Destroyed them.
Yeah.
And the Dolphins.
I just
We
mean
blew out
like
the Dolphins
throughout the
twice.
year, they might
Yeah.
like. Pick
Yeah,
it
we
up.
definitely this year we definitely can't lose to like a team like the Jaguars.
Mhm. The
Um,
Dolphins are solid now, so I mean
Dolphins are
they could
solid.
definitely be a challenge now for you guys.
I don't know. Tua's never really played well against our defense,
That's true.
so
That's true.
I'm not too worried about that. I mean, the only thing I'm worried about is Tyreek because he has a history of not
Hmm.
of getting like absolutely destroying the Bills defense.
Yeah.
'Cause
But
I
that
don't
was with
know.
Patrick Mahomes though.
Yeah, I don't know what and Travis Kelce.
Hmm.
Tyreek's really the only like they have Jalen Waddle, but other than that, you have
Yeah.
um AFC North. This is where it gets interesting
Oh,
because
yours is
I
different
could
than mine.
I'm just going AFC. So
Well, just because like I'm using the Google one, so it goes
yeah,
east, west, north.
I'm
But
using
it's fine.
ESPN one, but
Okay. Okay.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I see three potential candidates in the North. That I would be fine with. My pick is the Ravens. I think Lamar Jackson and basically their entire team coming back healthy.
Definitely.
Because they were injured to all hell last year. And I think I would see, barring injuries again, I think that the Ravens come back and don't finish last in the division. I think that goes to the Steelers.
Yeah.
They have the worst quarterback. Probably the best coach, but
I think by far, honestly.
yeah, I mean him and Harbaugh, like John
Harborough is very good. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I don't know. I can see the Bengals because I feel like they have like a chip on their shoulder now after although
I
it
feel like
ended.
the Bengals are gonna hit a slump.
Yeah, because I can also see like what is it? It's like like Cinderella slump or something like that.
Yeah, the Super Bowl slump.
Yeah, it's
All
like
the losing teams end up getting worse the next season.
so I can definitely see them falling off, like for sure.
I still can see them getting like 10 wins, but
Yeah, but just now that the Ravens
I
will be
don't think
healthy, the Browns are I guess more competitive now.
and have a better roster.
Yeah,
overall.
I can see him falling to 3. I can see him fighting for 2 though. I think
Yeah.
2 would be
I
like
mean, they could still win the division.
yeah.
for all
But
we
I
know.
think the Ravens are a better.
But I definitely don't think that they're gonna make it to the Super Bowl again.
I mean, who knows at this point? I don't even know.
Yeah.
Because we said that last year.
Because I
No
feel
one
like
even-
last year, if the Bills ended up beating the Chiefs and not folding, the Bills would have
Yeah,
went to the Super Bowl.
you guys definitely would have beat the Bengals.
But yeah, I just feel I don't know. I feel bad for the Steelers because they've always been really competitive, and they're still probably gonna hover around that 8 to 9 win
Hmm.
margin. But like that's just not enough anymore.
Yeah.
And yeah. So AFC South, next AFC. I have the Colts. I have the Colts winning that division. I think
Yeah.
that they're better than the Titans, and their quarterback's better. Their running backs basically the same. Like they both have really, really, really good running backs.
I'm gonna say just to be
Titans-
different. I'm gonna say Jags just to be like, you know,
Hot take, hot take.
like we'll see.
Clip going
yeah.
on TikTok.
Sure. I mean, I don't. I mean, I think they can. I don't see them. I think it's possible. You know, if they have like a Cinderella season. You know, just like
I mean, you could make the argument that Trevor Lawrence has the potential to be the best quarterback in that division.
yeah. So, I mean, I think it's definitely possible. It's entirely possible.
Yeah. I also think the Texans could be better than people are expecting.
Yeah. the
Davis Mills is
Texans-
that dude. Davis Mills is that dude.
Yeah. I don't see them. I personally don't believe they
I
can
see
do
them
it.
getting like 5 wins.
Yeah, 5 wins, which we
Yeah.
improving off last year. You know.
Yeah.
But-
I mean, they did better than what they were expected to last year. They were projected
Yeah.
to get like 1 win, and
Then
they got
they,
4.
Yeah.
But yet they
Against
still
some good
fired
teams
their
though,
head
right?
coach.
There'd be some good teams, I think.
Yeah.
So who
I
knows?
mean,
That's a very question mark. I feel like division out of the whole AFC.
yeah. AFC. I think AFC West is more question mark. All 4 teams could win.
Yeah, I feel like the AFC South's more question mark just because like it's a lot of unknown there. But with the West, it's like okay, well I can see each one of these winning for these reasons. You know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Raiders though for the West actually.
For the West,
I said Broncos.
for the West, I have the Chargers. I think I don't know. I just think they got way better defense. They have the best defense, arguably. Actually, no, the Broncos. I would still give it to them. It's so tough because you have four arguably top 10 quarterbacks. Like anybody with a top 10 quarterback, you can win a division. Like arguably, but if I had to pick right here, right now, I'd pick the Chargers. But it's still up in the air, and I'm not 100% confident in that pick at all.
I like the Raiders pick. I feel like adding Devontae is a very big plus side, and I think they gave contract extensions to a lot of their key guys, if I'm not mistaken. So it helps with like chemistry wise, and security. Derek Carr has the extension. I feel like if they a little bit question mark on their coaching, just because who they have he's kind of new to the system.
Josh McDaniels.
Yeah, he's new into the system.
Also, the last time he was a head coach in Denver, he kind of sucked. A lot.
So like I feel like that's the biggest concern. So I think that's a better concern than the players.
That's the only reason that I am hesitant on the Raiders is because of their coaching, and we don't know if Josh McDaniels is going to be good. Because he hasn't proved in the past that he has the ability to be. And neither do the Broncos. They don't have like a really the only team that has like a proven head coach is the Chiefs. Because Brandon Staley for the Chargers they had the rights to the playoffs.
Yeah.
And they fumbled the bag. Like they were in position to secure their playoff spot, and they fumbled really hard.
Yeah, that's a hard one. I'm gonna go Raiders because I have like kind of a connection. They used to be Oakland, so I'm gonna go with that's my only good reason.
I thought you were 40.
Well, I am, but it's just kind of like, well, if the 49ers aren't good, the Raiders are also there, so like kind of cheer for them, kind of,
So you're a bandwagon.
No, it's like
kidding.
it's like a Yankees fan. If you're a Yankees fan, but the Yankees suck and the Mets are kind of good, I guess be a Mets fan a little bit,
Yeah. So on to let's just go NFC East. I have the Eagles winning the division, which might be a hot take, but
I was gonna say the Eagles, just for like the meme.
Yeah.
But like,
I don't even think it's a meme. They have 2 first-round picks. The head coach was a lot better than people expected him to be. Jalen Hurts needs to work on his arm.
Yeah.
But they have a good O-line. They have a good defense. They brought in more guys. Re-signed Fletcher Cox. It's only more like they only have more time together. And the Cowboys got worse.
Yeah, the Cowboys will get worse. Honestly,
I don't think Trayvon Diggs is all that he says
he's
to
not.
be.
I think we both agreed on that, like our first couple episodes. Honestly, I'm like, well, it's kind of a meme, but I kind of believe it at the same time. I think the Commanders.
I was thinking about it.
Like sleeper.
Cause last year, a lot of people like their defense they were injured a little bit. Ryan Fitzpatrick went out like 3 snaps into the season. The year before that, they were a 10-win team.
Yeah.
With Taylor Heineke.
It was shock when they had their wins, and the defense was
probably
amazing.
The best quarterback that the Commanders have in a while. That Terry McLaurin's ever had. Chase Young's coming back. I don't really keep up with Commanders because they're not that. There's not much going on.
I think the only thing they've done was Carson Wentz, but like even with Carson Wentz, they've already had like okay pieces. Chase Young is spectacular.
Like they've done good with mediocre quarterbacks, and Carson Wentz has top 15
and this
talent.
at any division, this is the one that I feel like they have a definite chance of winning.
I think Carson Wentz is the second best quarterback in that division.
Yeah.
I'd do Dak Prescott, Carson Wentz,
Jalen Hurts, and
then
Danny Dimes.
I don't understand how he earned that nickname though.
Because it's like when someone's so mid, you give him a good nickname,
Yeah. But I don't know. I think the Eagles, because I feel like Jalen Hurts has that work ethic to improve on what he needs. He knows he needs to improve on. And they last year they. I mean, what scares me is that their draft history with wide receivers isn't good, and they still need another wide receiver because you can't just have Devontae. But if they have 2 first rounds, they have 17 and 19, I believe, or 16 and 18. No, they have 16 and 18 now because they traded with the Saints. If they get if they hit on their wide receiver, like if they get a Chris Olave, get a Treylon Burks, either of those 2 guys and Devontae Smith can be a formidable wide receiver core on top of Dallas Goedert. Like,
and they have good picks, correct? They're like pretty up there.
Yeah, they have 16 and 18, I believe.
And this is a stacked draft too. So even that low down, they can get some really good.
You get 2. No, they need a linebacker. I think they need a linebacker. So I think they're gonna go they're gonna go edge probably.
Then wide receiver.
Wide receiver. NFC North.
I think the Vikings.
I think the Vikings. I think they have an offense. They got a new head coach finally. I don't know why they kept Mike Zimmer so long. He was there for almost 8 years and didn't do anything.
Yeah.
They have an offensive coach. Kirk Cousins is good. Justin Jefferson's amazing.
Adam Thielen's coming back.
Adam Thielen's coming back. Dalvin Cook changed his number and said that he's ready to be back better than ever. Their defense scares me, but if you have Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook,
you can kind of beat it out.
You could just outscore anyone.
Playoff time, that might be a big problem, but
not in this league, bro. Not in this league anymore.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. We'll get there when we see it, I guess.
I mean, in the Super Bowl, it was kind of like defensive battle. So
yeah.
Probably.
But every other game before that was just offense. So
yeah, except the 49ers Packers game.
Yeah, that was kind of really defensive.
That game was a slugfest.
Yeah.
And the Packers folded. So how happy were you after the 49ers? Did you go in thinking you guys had a shot?
Not at all. Well, I had hope.
Yeah.
Because we had the record against the Packers, in the playoffs. But after week 2, I think, when we blew that lead, when Aaron Rodgers marched down the field with like 30 seconds.
Yeah, and got a field goal.
Yeah, but
I watched that live.
I did too. Yeah, I was
fans crying.
So upset. But with that and with I mean, that's really it. Like, Devontae scared me, Aaron Rodgers obviously scared me, but like we had a very good end of the year, so we were on a roll. So I was pretty okay with it. Like, I wasn't upset. I wasn't upset, but I wasn't that scared.
I think no matter what, though, the Bears finished last in that division. I feel like that's pretty. They're obviously the worst team. They didn't really do much to help Justin Fields. I don't think they lost Allen Robinson. That's really everything that they've done this offseason. I kind of feel bad for the guy.
Yeah.
Because I feel like his career's just gonna get wasted by the Bears, like so many other quarterbacks before him.
Yeah. I mean, unless he demands out, I feel like that's kind of like the writing on the wall at this point.
But in order to demand out, you have to prove yourself.
Yeah.
You can't just be like a first-year rookie and be like, I want to trade.
Yeah.
But NFC South, I got a sleeper pick. I think the Saints. I got the Saints winning that division. I got them locked. They always beat the Bucks somehow.
Yeah.
And then the Panthers and Falcons are
worse.
Awful. So horrendously bad. Jameis Winston's coming back. He was playing good last year. Michael Thomas is back.
Well, Camaro's still
iffy, but at worst he gets suspended a couple games, I think.
Yeah.
The way NFL handles shit like that.
That's a good point.
And they have 2 first-round draft picks. So they could draft a number 2 receiver to put alongside Michael Thomas. And their offense is arguably top 10. Like, Jameis Winston might not be an elite quarterback, but last year he had you 5-2 with a bunch of scrubs. And Alvin Kamara, obviously. But like,
yeah, I can see the Saints doing it.
Their defense basically stayed together, and they were a top 5 unit last year. and they basically kept their entire staff intact after Sean Payton left.
Hmm.
So I'm not really worried on the coaching end of that because the only thing that could like show up as a problem is like the management by the head coach compared to Sean Payton. But I feel like I think this was his defensive coordinator for like 6 or 7 years. He knew
Yeah, he's part of the system, which really
he knows
helps.
how Sean Payton ran things and it worked. So I believe that he's gonna be very similar to Sean Payton.
Hmm.
Their
He's also
offense,
he has to be like some sort of friends with Sean Payton, so if there's like a question,
yeah.
I imagine he would ask him. You know.
The change. I mean, the Tampa Bay Bucks, I think, got a little bit worse. They lost a couple pieces.
Uh huh.
Um,
Tampa.
and Bruce Arians is gone.
Hmm.
Um, I know that might not have the biggest impact, but
They did promote though, so I mean that helps as well.
I mean, their staff is basically the same. Gronk
Hmm.
hasn't signed back, so I don't know who their tight end is because O.J. Howard went to the Bills,
Hmm.
so they don't really have a tight end. Um, they have a good wide receiving core and a Leonard Fournette re-signed, so they have good pieces outside of the tight end, but like that tight ends in Tom Brady's career have been important to him because they're like his safety blanket.
Yeah.
Um,
I got a Luca news if you want to hear that real quick.
is he playing?
Says he's
tonight?
feeling great or
He's
excellent.
playing.
I
Is he
think
playing
said.
tonight?
It's game time decision.
Mm. I don't believe that. I don't believe he's gonna play then.
He says he's feeling great though, so
Yeah, but that still doesn't mean he's gonna play because like
I think
they
if he
might,
I think
they
if
just
he
might wanna
feels
play
like
it safe.
if he feels like he could feel good, I think
Man,
he
I
says,
don't want to watch Warriors Nuggets. It's gonna be blowout. Put the Maverick Jazz on TNT,
Yeah,
not NBA TV or whatever.
I'm not complaining.
As a Jokic enthusiast and #1 fan, I feel bad for the man. He deserves a lot better than what he has right now,
Yep.
and we'll just leave that at the. But I low-key think the Panthers are gonna be the worst team in the NFC South.
Nah,
I
I
don't
think it'd
think-
be a race for the Falcons, honestly.
At least the Falcons have a quarterback.
Yeah, they have Marcus Mariota.
Marcus Mariota is not
He's not a slouch.
awful.
Yeah.
He's better than Sam Darnold. Bro, Ben McAdoo? He's their
Mhm.
OC, I believe,
Yeah.
that they hired, and he was like, it was literally the funniest thing ever. He was doing an interview, I think, like 2 or 3 days ago, and he was like, I'm like still getting good I'm still trying to get good at this media stuff and not saying stuff I should not say. Literally 2 minutes later, he said that Sam Darnold was their starting quarterback. And then like right after that, he was like, I definitely shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that. And it was like the bum bum bum. Like they could bring back Cam Newton, I guess. But who's their quarterback? Trade for Jimmy G or Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, what's his name from the XFL? Fucking
PJ
goat.
Walker.
Yeah.
He sucks.
Nah, bro, that man's different.
He played last year and he was bad.
Well, they suck as a team.
Yeah.
So
I just hope Christian McCaffrey doesn't get hurt again.
I agree.
Because
another
I
Luka
feel like
news
he's
came
on
out.
that Todd Gurley type of trend where he had really, really, really good years and then injuries just
Mhm.
plagued him. Bro, Todd Gurley and what could have been, he had to had arthritis. Imagine if
Like
he didn't.
what?
Have,
Like how unlucky that is.
yeah, like he could have been like a top. I would honestly say he could have been like a top 10 running back of all time.
Man, he was so good. Like it was
He so
scary.
good.
RIP his career.
What news were you looking at?
Oh, it's Luca. It says there's still significant pessimism against him playing tonight for his availability, but he says he's eager to play, but it's trending unlikely as he recovers still.
I feel like it's better to sit him because you have the 1-1 split,
Mhm.
and worst you're down 1-2.
Mhm.
If Luka comes back, I think that if Luka's back, they win the rest of the series pretty easily.
Mhm.
The way that the Jazz been playing, I mean
Awful.
they won by 6 their first game and lost the second game to Jalen Brunson, the
Yeah.
GOAT. And no offense to Jalen Brunson, but Luka is the better player.
Yeah, by
Um,
miles.
last division NFC West.
I feel like it's an easy one, to be honest.
The Rams.
Yeah, like no doubt about it.
My last place is gonna be the Niners.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Probably the Seahawks.
I think we'll fight for the last place.
I think you're very, very pessimistic.
Yes.
With the 49ers right now.
I'm depressed right now
They
over
still
my
have
team.
good coaching.
Yeah.
Still
Still
have a
have
good
Kittle.
defense.
We have
Still have
Ayuk.
Kittle. Still have a great O-line.
Yeah.
Still have a great running back room. Jimmy G's start like pretty good. Yeah, Deebo sucks, but if he leaves, it's not. I mean, it's gonna hurt, but it's not gonna be like, oh, we're gonna go from 11-6 to like 2-14 or whatever it is.
I say 3-13.
Actually, that's not possible anymore. 17 games.
Oh yeah.
3-14. It's so. I used to have like all the numbers, like memorized, like all the record possibilities, and then they changed it, and now like it used to be 13-3, but now you go 13-4 or 15-2 or whatever. We're never gonna see a perfect season again because of that.
Yep.
Never again.
When was the last one?
70s.
Yeah. I mean, like.
I mean, the Patriots went 16-0 in 08, but lost the Super Bowl to the Giants.
That's helmet catch, right?
Yeah, I don't know if that was that or 12. I don't know.
I don't know.
Thank God for the Giants not letting the Patriots get a perfect season, because then we never would have heard the end of it.
I'm friends with Patriots fans too, so that would have been really fun.
Literally, if you bring up the state of the Patriots right now, they're like, "Well, at least we have 6 Super Bowls."
It's like that
like,
meme.
I know
British
that.
People.
Well, at least
He'll get shot in skull.
while doing the mathematics. Well, I think that's gonna do it for this episode. There's not really much going on. Good episode. Thank you guys for listening. It was Sean's birthday yesterday. He's not on our NFL episodes, or 2 days ago. But like and subscribe for his birthday because it just happened, and follow on Twitter and TikTok, and hit that notification bell, and have a great day. And we should be back with another episode about basketball next week. And love you.
Dos.
Peace out.